Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam. I'm your host BringItDon. Off camera I did a couple of things. I went back to this guy that was outside of the town and stole stuff from him. I tried finding the buried treasure there. I didn't have any luck with that. And then I also went back over here to this building while these two people were asleep and stole from them. So I have a few extra items. I'm going to try and sell or barter. Also, I looked it up. Your sneak skill, there's not a way to activate your sneak skill, it's just a passive ability. It's like when you try to steal from people and stuff, it passively dictates whether or not you can steal it without being caught. Look at this guy. Before you stands a plump, red-faced man, aged around 25. He's wearing a white shirt and some rather short shorts. He has a well-kept beard. In his hands there's a clean towel he uses to swat annoying flies. Upon seeing you, the man gives you a wide smile. Oh, a customer. Welcome to the tavern. You travelers sure keep on coming. What do you mean? Well, you're here right now. Not long ago, a band of armed people came through the village. People with guns usually mean trouble around these parts. They're pretty civil, just like real army men. Can you tell me more? Not much more to tell. They weren't chatty. A village head wanted to speak to them about some issue, but they just left. So I don't think he struck any deal with them. They talked to our gate guard more than to anyone else. His name is Yan. If you're interested in knowing about those guys, I suggest you speak to him. Yeah. Anyway, maybe you need a drink or some food. Yeah, let's see the menu first. I need food. There's not really any food to... So it says I'm hungry, so I need to look for food. You have this toilet paper. 13 rubles, you have this spoon. Fork. Keep the shovel, of course. Oh, I have canned meat. I'll probably eat that then. You have this photo. Probably won't need that. I'll keep the empty bottles in case I can fill them up later. Bottle with water. Alright, so we do have that at least. There you go, bud. Alright, are there any jobs you might need me for? You know, you better talk to my sister about that. I'm a simple-minded guy myself. I can sell you beer, I can sell you some spirits. That I do gladly. Need something done around the house? A light bulb screwed? Or a chair fixed, for example? Just give me a call. But more serious stuff is for Katya's ears. She's the proactive one. He looks at a young lady who seems to be lost in some calculations. It's just that she's pretty busy right now. Tallying the expenses, planning the budget, you know. And when Katya is busy, it's honestly pretty hard to get her attention. Oh, but I just thought of something. You know what she loves? Making all sorts of potions, tinctures, and spirits. That's what. Can't really understand why, but she's quite into all that chemistry stuff. Come up to her and tell her that I sent you to try out her latest tincture. That way you'll get a free drink and also get to chat with her about stuff. Sly, huh? Pretty clever, methinks. Alright, thanks. Can I ask you some questions? A pleasure. Ask away. How do you like working around here? Not too bad. Great even. Yes, it's pretty great. A simple job, but well respected by the people. For obvious reasons. If there's a party of some sort, if there's a celebration due, or maybe even a burial, or simply a day off your job. Who's there to pour you a fine glass of your favorite poison? That's me. That's why I'm liked by the people. The barkeep smiles warmly and pats himself on the belly. And there's money in it too. Yep, me and my sis, we're like, what's it called in the West? Independent entrepreneurs. Well, she's much more entrepreneurial than me, because she does all the paperwork, but still. I'm glad you found your calling. Now tell me about yourself. What's there to tell? Me and Katya, we're local. We don't go out too much. I don't have anything against that. I like it here, working as a bartender. That's my job, and Katya's job is keeping the establishment from falling apart with her accounting skills. See, even now she's sitting over there with some documents, totally ignoring the world around her. But that's okay. What would we do without her accounting? I don't even want to think about the job I'd have then. I think you'd cope. How's life out here? How's life, huh? The people here are more or less civil, and the living itself, well, we don't suffer from hunger or sudden changes. To some it sounds boring, but I really like it. I actually only ever changed one thing about this place. When we inherited this dining hall, I started calling it a tavern instead. It's a great word, tavern. Kind of cozy, right? The old name was Laborer Dining Hall, food for workers. Those are the words of the old world. Me and Katya, we didn't see much of it. Quite the innovator you are. God, I feel like my guy's just being a dick the whole time. Heard any good gossip? There's a rumor that in Central Asia there's a city that stood near the sea once, but now the water has receded from the shore and the whole region became a desert. But that's not the worst part. They say a pack of wolves started attacking the place, eating everyone. Alright. Well, the people from those lands hired a few gunmen to destroy the pack, but when the hunters reached the city they found no wolves. Only stray dogs that turned strange somehow, started craving human flesh, as if they were taking revenge on us humans. A terrible story, that. Alright, pretty interesting. Tell me some more gossip. People say that before the war there were no mushrooms around these parts. Say the climate was too dry for that. But after the war, the climate seems to be the same, but the mushrooms are growing everywhere. Maybe they lie about it not always being like that. But just maybe it's old lady radiation playing her weird tricks on us all. God only knows, friend. God only knows. Pretty interesting. More gossip. There's a rumor going around that somewhere in the waste there's a vault of some sort, and that people still live inside it. Live pretty well, by the way. They said to send expeditions into the waste sometimes, to look for people, or tech, or develop some sciencey doodads that will improve everyone's lives. But their whole operation is very secretive, you know, because otherwise people would find them, and maybe even try to attack or rob their base. Alright, more gossip. Alright, no, we're done. Done reading gossip. Oh, hold on, friend. Maybe you'd like to hear a little business proposal first. Yeah. The matter is pretty simple. Small job, really. What I need is for you to bring me this book I ordered. It's all the way in Krasno. Abraham, the local bookseller, has it at his store. I can't go get it myself because of all the work around the bar. But I can see you travel a lot, so if you find yourself in Krasno, maybe you can pick it up for me. And on your return, I'll compensate you for your trouble. Yeah, it's a deal. What's the book about? Well, see, there's this writer named Tolkien, who lived in England, which was a country way back before the war. And he kind of wrote fairy tales for adults. You know, I should probably call it science fiction. Or not. I'm not too good with genres. Doesn't matter. The book is about another world. Anywho, I always loved reading books, especially if there's something extraordinary, something fantastic. Where there's robots and rings of Saturn and ancient Greek myths and all that kind of stuff. Then I was told that this Abraham in Krasno could get me this Tolkien's book. And with a special translation too. Anyway, I drove to the city and ordered it, but now that it's there, I can't find time to go back and pick it up. Yeah, I'll get it for you, man. The man takes your map and marks the city with a cross. Wow, thank you so much. Here, it's the receipt for the book. Just show it to Abraham and he'll give it to you. The bartender hands you a small, square, thick paper. On it, written in a formidable cursive, are the words, "The owner of this document, Rechenko V.A., or his legal proxy, may attempt a copy of The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, translated to Russian by Bober Z.A. After handing over this receipt, signed by Merkin A.D." Alright, well, bye. Alright, sister. Before you sits a young woman. She's concentrating on writing something down in a yellow notebook, which has the word accounting on the cover. She's completely immersed in this activity, and does not notice you. Hello, your brother sent me over. He says you might have some tincture for me to try out. The girl stops her calculations and stares at you blankly. After a moment she blinks, then she smiles and tucks the tiny pencil stub behind her right ear. I see, well that's great. I doubt you've ever drunk anything quite like it. It's a new recipe, you see. Well, not really new, more like forgotten by everyone. Well, I'm really inclined to try it out. The girl nods and shows you to a darker, colder corner of the tavern. From behind the bar she produces a clay bottle labeled with the letters XXX. Is it moonshine? Here, drink up. Boldly drink it up. You carefully take a tiny sip. The drink has a strange sour taste. You shrug and hand the bottle back to the girl. You do not feel intoxicated, not even nauseous. You feel that you can take another sip. Take the bottle and have another. What harm can a few more sips do? Now your head starts to spin. Nothing scary about that, right? You even retain full sensation in your limbs, like normal. But then you feel them floating in the air around you, as if all the air had suddenly turned to water. Your mouth is very dry, so you wet it with another sip of the tincture. From someplace far away, you hear the girl calling to you, saying, "Don't do it," but you already did. The world around you just stops. You also stop. But your mind races with thoughts that come with exceptional clarity and speed. Why are you here? Why am I here? Why did I drink that stuff? Why? The sound of your own thoughts seems to you like the roll of distant thunder. But it's getting nearer every second, and you suddenly understand that what you thought was thunder are actually footsteps. From out of a misty void, General Morozov appears before you. You looking for me, he asks. His voice is like 100 voices in one. You cannot reply. You're frozen. Looking for me? Yeah, you're looking for me, says Morozov, and takes your hand. Let's go. You walk through the dead gray mist together, Morozov in front, you following behind. The general walks calmly, and you don't have anything better to do than simply follow him. Finally, the mist parts before you. A strangely beautiful sight appears before you. There are mushrooms here. A gigantic, unreal, primordial mushroom forest. Their huge trunks are thicker than the biggest oaks you've ever seen. Their tops obscure the sky like giant umbrellas. The general continues to lead you onward, weaving around the massive mushrooms. You tour through the fantastic forest, stop suddenly at a truly colossal mushroom, bigger than all else. This is God, says Morozov. But you can't see him anymore, because he speaks from inside you. He speaks from your head, using your mouth. You are General Morozov. Suddenly the ground beneath your feet begins to shake, and you almost lose your balance. It seems like an earthquake. When the shaking stops, you look up and scream. For the colossal mushroom now has a human face. Bow, orders the mushroom, and you fall senseless. Your mind turns off, you sleep for how many hours, you don't know. After finally waking up, you do not feel any of the usual symptoms of heavy drinking from the day before. What the? He's alive, Vasya. He's alive. You see the girl holding you up so you don't fall on the floor. Your stability returns to the strange sensations of the tincture leave you completely. The bartender, swearing quietly, wipes the sweat from his brow. How are you feeling? Surprisingly well, actually. Quite the hardy constitution you turned out to have. I'm so sorry. I made the tincture too strong. How stupid of me. I nearly killed a man. I feel just terrible about all of this. The girl lets out an exhale and gives you a smile. We took good care of your stuff while you, slept. You check your belongings to discover that you have not been robbed. Miracles really do happen in life. I still don't understand why it turned out so strong. I used my grandfather's recipe that my grandma recorded. She says, speaking mostly to herself. Okay, anyway, we have to have a talk. Gotta be sure your brain completely recovered. That's a good idea. Can I ask you some questions? I'm listening. What are you doing? The girl gives her notebook a tired look. It's an old notebook, stained by grease, torn at the sides, covered with dirty fingerprints. Like most of the things after the war, it's been through a lot. Well, trying to make the ends meet the means, you know? My brother Vasya and I, we own this tavern. He tends the bar, I do all the math, and pay the taxes to the village head. Business is not great, though. Also, sometimes I develop new types of beverages for our customers. Some I make using old recipes, some I create myself. We distill it and sell it right here. I love that particular job, but I can't be a brewer without doing the accounting and the taxes, so here I am. Who's that guy? Yeah, no getting around that stuff. Can I ask you some more questions? Oh, it's a mailman. No letters this time, I'm afraid. I'm looking for work. Can you point me towards some? Everyone's looking for work around here. I'm afraid I can't help you personally. What I can do is recommend you to Comrade Kovalev, our village head. He always has some work to be done, but he is a respected man around here. He won't do business with someone he never seen before. Recommending a stranger to him is sort of unprofessional. Maybe if you help me with some chores first, I'd know I could trust you. What do you need help with? Oh, well, I'm ashamed to ask, but I need some toadstools. Don't have enough free time to do it on my own. Maybe you could help me out. Picking just 5 toadstools would do. The girl on the other side of the fence, not far from here. Are you up to it? Yeah, I'm trustworthy. Maybe we'll skip the mushroom part and get straight to the cooperation. You know, my family is quite respected in these parts, and I won't gamble our reputation on someone I don't really know. If you change your mind about the mushrooms, come find me later. But without proving yourself, I can't give you a recommendation. Alright. Well, I have 2. I didn't see any more I could pick, but I guess I'm just looking for red ones. I can kind of scan without... Oh, what is this? Well, we're off to a good start, I guess. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. Oh, hey. Whoa, I'll try to open the stash. Oh, so this must be this... Scrap metal. Quite a useful thing to have. Some electrical tape. Some rounds. I guess just the one round. And then Casparamid. Alright, well, that's fine. Go grab these mushrooms. Looking for more red mushrooms. There's one. Alright. A very RPG beginning. Hey, can I do anything with these crosses? What do I have to equip it? Why are they burying people with money? Well, now I'm obligated to dig up all the graves. A fork and some nails. Alright, well. Hey, can I equip those? I think that I can. Looking good. Oh, a rusty knife. Compact cassette. Production of compact cassettes in USSR was started in 1960 to 1970 in Tallinn. And some wires. Hey, there's a spider that I haven't killed yet. Oh, he's not dead. Oh, he got me. Punk face. Alright, look for more mushrooms. There's all gray mushrooms. Gotta find those sweet, sweet red mushrooms. And I still don't have a... Oh, there's a guy over here now. Let's talk to him while we're out here. Before you stands a tall, gray-haired man in a scruffy-looking sweater. He looks at you suspiciously and without blinking. There's a knife in his hand that's pointing in your general direction. From the look of the fishing pole scattered on the shore, he was fishing before you arrived. Who are you? I don't know you. Get away from me. Give the man a once-over. Well, calm down. I'm just passing through. Yeah? Or is that just what you're saying? I know you travelers from Adam. The moment I turn my back on you, I'll get knifed. The problem for you is I don't have any money, or any food. So it's best if you move along. Go con some of the townies, freaking adventurer. I give the man a once-over. What are you staring at? I'm not a shop window. Move along, if you don't want to get stabbed. The man takes up a fighting stance with his knife in front of his body. He studies your every movement without blinking. Seems he's ready for you to attack at any moment. Don't get so nervous. I just wanted to talk. The man has a short inner struggle before he finally puts down the knife and squints his eyes at you. Fine. I'm sorry. My nerves are pretty shot nowadays. What did you want to ask? How's the fishing? Caught something recently? Somewhat. This pond is pretty small, but there's plenty of fish in there. The problem is that, although dumb, even those critters learn over time. Now they aren't biting as fast as they did before. Can I fish too? You want to fish, huh? Well, maybe you can. It's just that you don't really know what the local fish like. They're real gourmets in these parts. No worms for them. They like bait from all the critters around. The giant ants, wasps, and spiders. There's plenty of those around. The fisherman gives you a crooked smile and spits through his teeth. Yep, there's many of those mutants and freaks in these parts. But how would you know which of their limbs and organs are fit to make bait? That way you don't know, am I right? So here's what we're gonna do. Go to the nearest pub and get me something strong. For that, I'll teach you the basics of bait harvesting. Just remember, I don't want anything they mix themselves. No more pre-war alcohol only, and the harder the better. Alright, questions first. How's life? Here, nothing special. I come to this place to fish, and that's that. Life is alright, given the circumstances. There's fish to catch, mushrooms and berries to pick. Sometimes I even get bread and meat. The important thing is to not join any collective. So got fed up with all the people? The fisherman turns away and gives his surroundings a harsh glance. Finally he chuckles mirthlessly, and turns back to you. Don't know how to put it. It's just that I believe that when people come together, they turn into a herd. And a herd is only good for slaughter, if you catch my drift. It's not my style. Therefore, I'm a loner. Tell me about yourself. I live alone. I fish. I set snares. I bow to nobody. And if you're interested in my pre-war life, I was a nobody, really. A simple taxi driver. When I learned about the first bombs falling, I quietly gathered my stuff and went into the woods. My wife declined to join me, and the first typhus epidemic got her. Wow. Heard any rumors? I heard there was acid rain due north of here recently. Plenty of years have passed since the war. The repercussions of that evil are still with us. Here's my advice. Don't approach any suspicious heaps of rubbish without radiation counter. Rad sickness is no joke. An alcoholic will try and cure it with vodka. A drug abuser is going to use ibuprofen, but the result will be the same. Any health you had will be lost. Thanks for the advice. Alright, so we have to get him... Where's my quest log at, by the way? I guess this is my quest log. Can't do anything. Okay. Pre-war liquor. I need one more thing of mushrooms because I have to go back to the pub anyway, so that'll probably work out. I'll find one more mushroom. There we go. This should be the 5th one. We can go back to the pub, turn in the mushroom quests, buy some alcohol for our friend the fisherman, learn how to harvest animal parts. Where's this guy? I don't mind. I'll be taking all that stuff. Yep. How's the gathering going? Got something for me? Yeah, here you go. Wow, great work. Proud of you. Let me see. You hand the mushrooms to the girl. She looks them over with the eye of a professional, and satisfied with the quality, gives you a smile. Oh well, it's alright, but... Well, I'm just so tired. It wasn't easy to get those, you know. I almost died. Went to hell and back for those fungi. So what do you say, madam? Mayhap your knight deserves a real reward for his epic deeds. Oh, my hero. My own gallant Sir Bors. Here, have another 20, you know, for recuperation. Alright, thanks a lot. Now how about speaking to the village head? Sure thing. I'll write a note to Comrade Kovalev right now, saying that I recommend you for hire. Go give it to him personally, since I'm sure he'll want to talk to you. He lives to the left of the bar entrance. Good luck. I already talked to that guy. Is this the postman? Yeah, this is new. You see a muscular man near the bar. He eats minced meat out of a can and washes it down with vodka. His face looks familiar to you. Yes, of course, it's another Adam cadet. You knew him before being sent on a rescue mission after the Lost Expedition. You never were friends, but you still recognize him. His name is Alexander. Oh, hey. The big guy turns to you, squinting a little. Finally, he waves at you. Hey there, Donald. Didn't recognize you at first, but now it's painfully obvious. Yeah, what are you doing here anyway? Alexander sniffs, looks at the barkeep and the girl at one of the tables. He then whispers to you. I'm surprised by this question, Chav. What am I doing here? Did you honestly think you were the only one they sent after Morozov and his buddies? Nope, not the case. We were both sent, just at different times. So I stumbled upon this village. So is the life in the waste treating you okay? What are you, my mother? Don't answer. I can see you're not her. Life is okay. Well, it's not like they say in my native Georgia, a sweet peach. But it's still okay. You suddenly remember that neither Alexander nor his family are from Georgia, but you politely decide to keep your mouth shut about it. I'm so concerned about that lost expedition. It's so important to me to find it, you know? So important. Both for my body and my soul. I'm actually investigating a lead right now, in this bar. I share some clues with you, but I won't. Get your own clues, Chav. Alright, what do you think about this place? It's okay. Too many holes in the ceiling and the walls. But you know me, Chav. I'm a man of nature. I'm one with the forest. I don't need nothing, just some food and some wind protection. But that lady over there... Alexander nods in the direction of the girl who writes something down in a notebook, which has the word accounting on the cover. She does not notice you looking. That girl Katya could have been more into me, you know? I'm the only person here that's not a frickin' mutant. A former Marine, great for breeding with, and yet she doesn't look at me. Some gratitude for what I did this country way back in Afghanistan. What is this dude's problem? You suddenly remember that Alexander never served in the Marine Corps. Never fought in Afghanistan, and actually got his blue beret from a passing trader a few years ago. But you probably decided to keep your mouth shut about it. How's the investigation going? Well, I'm calculating things, yeah. Looking for clues all around. I almost found our lost guys. When I save them, I'm getting out of this place. Cause, well, just look at that guy over there, Chav. Alexander cautiously eyes the barkeep and lowers his voice. Check out his meaty eyebrows. A real-life mutant is what he is. A monster shaped into human form. And most of the villagers are like that. Ugly fellas. Inbred and dumb. Thank God me and you, we have integrity. We will never tell anyone like that the location of our secret organization. Alexander waits till the barkeep turns his back on him and shakes his fist at him while making an angry face. Heard anything interesting? I started tending to my muscles as of late, doing some bodybuilding, you know? I doubt a shrimp like you would find that interesting, though. Yeah, why do you need to stay handsome? You're too much of a material man, you chav. You think strength is only needed to intimidate people and force locks. But to me, you know, strength is beauty. The hidden beauty that makes girls around you blush and drop their pants down. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Alexander shows off his muscles to you. They are quite large. His hands look like industrial chimneys. So you didn't learn anything of importance. Well, how should I put this, chav? Once I went into the woods. Maybe I drank some liquor before doing so. Maybe I didn't drink anything. But anyway, suddenly I heard a baby cry. You know, the real deal. So you know what I did? Nothing. Just went my own way. Because it obviously wasn't a real baby. Just some vile mutant pretending to be one. And even if it wasn't a mutant, what am I supposed to do with an infant? Eat it? Not my cup of tea, my man. Maybe in the next life, I guess. I will tell you one thing. If you hear a baby crying in the middle of the wilderness, just keep on walking. Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. It could be a bobcat. Bobcats have, sound like babies. Because they, like, bury their head into, like, a pile of leaves, and they start screaming, and it is terrifying. Like, if you've never heard one before, in the woods, like, if you're walking your dog at night, it is a horrible, horrible sound. I didn't buy him any alcohol, son of a gun. Let's go buy him some alcohol, we'll go back, we'll talk to him. Turn in that quest as well. I see the level up down here, we'll deal with that in a second. Actually, let's go and do it. What do we got? 17 points. That, maybe a couple points in his stealth wouldn't be a bad idea. I think lockpicking is more important. And speechcraft, let's get that up to 60. Or 59. Works for me. Alright, let's get some alcohol. That's worth 24 rubles. Well, here, you can have that and this empty tin. Here, let's give him some pre-warp vodka. Alright, let's go talk to that guy. The fisherman. Turn in that quest. I don't remember if we talked to Katya about her stuff or not. It's super important. They mostly say the same stuff anyway. You were asking for some liquor, weren't you? Look, I want some pre-warmed vodka. I don't care if it's cheap or expensive. It can even be stronger than vodka, but it's gotta be pre-warm made. Well, here you go. You hand the bottle to the fisherman. He quickly takes it from you, quickly checks the label out, and puts the bottle into his bag. Hey, that's some good vodka you got. Stuff made for importing, you know? Now it's gonna keep me company, and help me lose some radiation, if I get unlucky and catch the sickness. Now that you've fulfilled your side of the deal, it's my turn. Listen carefully and remember. The fisherman explains to you how to field dress the bodies of giant ants, wasps, and spiders. Every critter has its own nuances, but all can be dismembered even without a knife. Even a sharp stone would do. You also learn that the favorite foods of the local fishes are ant spit glands, wasp legs, and spider brains. The world is surely a marvelous place. Also, that stuff can be sold. The wastes are home to many fools that like hanging wasp legs in their shacks to show off their hunting skills. It's particularly funny because even common wasps are much more dangerous than those genetic mistakes. But who cares? Any item that costs money is worth selling, right? Wow, thanks for all the knowledge. I better go and think of what I learned here. Alright, let's go see, because that spider body was over here somewhere. Let's go loot that. See if we can actually scrounge for stuff now. Yep, spider brain. Spider brain is disgusting to the touch, but the fish seem to love it for whatever reason. Alright, let's try out the fishing over here then. Yeah, use spider brain as bait. You sigh and put the spider brain, which looks and feels disgusting, on the hook, and throw it in. Now all you need to do is wait. You yawn while looking at the clear surface of the lake. All is quiet. Wait. You blink a few times and look around. All is clear. You squash an annoying mosquito that tries to bite you on the neck and look around. You look around drunkenly and shrug and liven to yourself. All is quiet. A bite. Something pulls on the line and you have to grab the pole hard. A bite. Something pulls on the line and you have to grab the pole hard to save it from going into the water with the bait. Darn it, you pulled too fast and the fish slipped away. On the other hand, it did leave the bait on the hook. Not my lucky day. I kind of want to try it. Let's try it again. Oh, it did not. It took the bait that time. Alright, well that's fine. I feel like I should have come to this area during the day. The first time I was here, because I missed the fisherman because it was nighttime. And like those enemies didn't respawn, so I can't go back and get all the stuff they drop. That's a little disappointing. Alright, so what else have we got? Okay, at least it labels it where it's at, so that's nice. Makes it easy to find the quest. How long have I been recording? Alright, we're gonna call the episode here. In the next episode we'll talk to the village head, and yeah, we'll go from there. I think we made pretty good progress. We leveled up, knocked out a couple quests around the first village. Thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all in the next episode.